for you to figure out the exact date I missed so that all of this could be resolved, because I had the whole GTA thing taken care of myself anyways, because it was a complete misunderstanding. The kid just copped an attitude because he was supposed to be at school, and I got his little butt in trouble because I borrowed his truck that day. I didn't even know he was supposed to be in school.
Okay, well, we're here.
Welcome to Get Your Life. This is a new hearing out of Kansas. It is a first appearance hearing. I ran across this one and I thought it was very interesting. She goes off on the judge, her lawyer, fires her lawyer on the spot, and she also talks about her family. You guys have to watch this one. It's a good one.
Information on the Ruth case, which should be up next.
Okay. Certainly give you that opportunity to share it.
Thank you.
Jennifer Ruth.
Yes, sir.
This is State of Kansas versus Jennifer Darlene Ruth, case number 2023 CR 348. Ms. Ruth appears from the jail Zoom location. Mr. Canfield for the state. Mr. Canfield, you have some information that you need to share regarding this particular matter?
Yes, Your Honor. This case was on for first appearances this past Monday, the 25th, before Judge Satterfield. It was set over to today because you are the presiding judge in this case. The defendant had requested that the no bond hold be lifted, and Judge Satterfield did not want to lift that no bond hold. So it was placed on today's docket so that you could address that matter.
I didn't ask for any of that. I just said I wanted this over with.
Right. If Ms. Ruth, if you were addressing the court, I didn't hear what you said.
That's fine. I just would like this over with. I already said I would cop to the plea. I would take the charge, even if it's the GTA charge. I'll take it out all night of them. I just want this over with. And I do not want to deal with Mr. Watts whatsoever.
Why is that?
I do not care for the man. I do not know. I wanted to waive this whole thing from the very gate and said that, yeah, if the kid said I took he's the one that let me borrow it. If he said I took it, he took whatever. That's a whole nother matter. I just want this over with. I have moved away from here because of all of this and to dealing with my family. Because while I've been in here, I've lost my license. I can't do anything now because of all of this bullshit from this town and from my mom and my brother. You've dealt with my brother a ton, and I am nothing like my family. So I have moved to Texas. I have started a whole different life there using my same name and everything. I have a whole community of people. I'm trying to get this job at this animal sanctuary. I just want this closed so I can be away from here.
All right. This is a first appearance docket. You're not going to be entering any type of plea today. What I do need to address
that's my whole point is when I did enter a plea.
Okay, just a minute. Just let me talk for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
What we're here to address first is your dissatisfaction with your attorney, Mr. Watts, who happens to be on this meeting. I don't know. It was to address this, Mr. Watts, or for some other reason. Jim, were you here on this case or something else?
No, I was asked to be here on this case.
Okay. All right. Ms. Ruth, I just needed to determine that there's some justifiable cause for you wanting to get a new attorney. Mr. Watts is one of the most experienced.
I have left him numerous messages. I will go into his office to physically speak with him, and there was nine message receipts on his desk. But my boyfriend can call him, who had nothing to do with this and who put me in here in the first place. He's the whole one that set this up anyway. This is what I'm saying. I wanted away from this whole group of people. Yet all you did was pigeonhole me with this SOB, and now I'm stuck with him. But I'm making it work 6 hours away so I can be away from people like my family. I'm still trying to make it work.
All right, Ms. Ruth, I haven't done anything to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to. I don't want to wait the trial. I just want to cop the plea to the charge, and I want to take my time and be done.
Mr. Watts, do you have anything you want to say in response?
Your Honor, my last contact with Ms. Routh was in October of last year. We discussed the possibility of a plea. In fact, if I remember correctly, we had arranged to amend this case to a temporary deprivation case and resolve it in that way. She did not appear on the 24th.
Because I was in here. I got arrested later that day on a failure to appear that I didn't know existed because I missed a court date that you didn't tell me I had for city. I had been in your office 3 times and I had been in court twice with Mr. Ricky and did not know that I was already sitting on an open warrant through the city because I had missed a court date I had missed 2 court dates through them and did not know about it. And I had tried to call your office numerous times, brought your receptionist coffee even, trying to get this matter resolved through you to figure out the exact date I missed so that all of this could be resolved because I had the whole GTA thing taken care of myself anyways because it was a complete misunderstanding. The kid just copped an attitude because he was supposed to be at school and I got his little butt in trouble because I borrowed his truck that day. I didn't even know he was supposed to be in school.
Okay, well, we're hearing a lot more than we really need to at this juncture. Mr. Watts, anything else regarding her request for new counsel?
Sorry.
Your Honor, I have no problem with getting you counsel.
Very well. I'm going to go ahead and relieve Mr. Watts of further responsibility in this case.
I just.
A new attorney will need to be appointed. I'm going to appoint Richard Paz, her new attorney.
I just gonna say what I need to get communicate.
And I'm going to set a new court date for her, and I'm going to set it quickly.
Thank you, sir.
Mandy, let's put her, if we can, maybe on our next 2:30 docket during docket week.
Actually, can I just keep Mr. Watts and get this over with because I want to go back to
No.
Texas. I don't want to go back and forth.
No. What is that date, Mandy? Right, April 8 at 2:30 p.m. And I'm hoping Mr. Paul will be available to represent you and appear at that time, Ms. Ruth. Your no bond hold is due to your own failure to appear in court when you were ordered to do so, Ms. Ruth.
I didn't know about those court appearances, and one of those is because I was in here, and the moment I got arrested, which was 14 hours before I was supposed to appear at court, I told them that I had court on the 24th. The other 2 court dates I did not know about because I'm not getting.
Okay, wait a minute. Slow down. Slow down.
It's
Let
fine.
me tell you what my docket notes show.
Mhm,
If you were before this court
mhm,
on September the 14th, at that hearing with you there,
mhm.
I set your next hearing for October 24th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right, and I got
When it
arrested.
came
the
around,
23rd.
you failed to appear.
I was sitting here. I got arrested on the 23rd on a different matter through the city that said I had already missed this court date. That's what I'm saying. The failure to appear does not add up. And I know the system was down, so I was trying not to complain about it. I was in here. I got arrested on the 23rd, right after I left Mr. Watts's office and spoke to him about it and told him I would be at court. If that was on a Monday, I got arrested at like 12 o'clock. I was in his office at like 10 o'clock. We'd had a good meeting that morning too.
And I will note, Your Honor, we did have a meeting on the 23rd. I expected her on the 24th. She failed to appear.
Right, right.
Ma'am, if she was arrested on a city matter, that of course is something this court has no contact with, no control over, and no knowledge of. I'm not aware of her city warrants, if she had any. I'm not assigned to her city warrants. Those have nothing to do with us.
And my apologies.
So, Ms. Ruth, you were able to resolve your city hold and you got out of jail before
I got out
Jane got word of the fact that you were on a no bond hold in this case and you got out? Is that right?
apparently because I didn't know anything about it. It was the thing. I was in like I just said, we had a good morning, a good visit that morning. Everything was fine. I left his office and then like an hour later, I was on a county road and was being followed. So I pulled over and they were looking for some other girl. But then all of a sudden they told me I had a city warrant that I didn't even know anything about.
Okay. Well,
The
okay.
computers were down, so I didn't complain about it. I didn't argue about it. I just said, hey, I have court
I guess
tomorrow.
what I'm trying to determine, Ms. Ruth, so we don't spend all afternoon on this, is
Right.
how you got out of jail if this court had put a no bond hold on you on the morning of the 24th.
I don't know. I sat here for a week and then I sat out. I sat here for a week. I
You
don't
shouldn't
know,
have.
Your
You
Honor.
shouldn't have got out. You should have been
I
back
don't know.
before this court, and you never made any efforts to make up the court date that you knew you missed.
I know I had called and they kept telling me the system was down, the system was down. And then with that on the other matter, it's a domestic matter. And I had seen my mom and she told me that she had dropped the whole thing.
Is
And
this,
I
I'm
have
gonna
seen-
keep the
I
no
have
bond
seen
hold order in
Charlie
effect.
Green and he said it was no big
I've
deal.
given
That's
you
what I'm saying.
the earliest court date that I could under the circumstances. With some reasonable expectation that gives Mr. Paw enough time to at least visit with you.
Okay,
Kind of set you just a few days out, April the 8th, and we'll review your case on that 2:30 p.m. docket at that time. Again, Mr. Watts has been relieved. Richard Paw is appointed as new counsel.
okay,
We'll address your felony case again at that time.
okay. So
Okay.
no, I have to sit in here until the 8th then, is that correct?
Yes? That's what it
Okay.
means.
Okay,
Okay. If there's nothing further then, the Jennifer Ruth matter will currently be in recess, and we'll move on to another matter on the docket.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, comment down below and don't forget to subscribe.